up, peeps, ladies and gents? How's it going tonight? Let's see. I got a couple cool ideas for tonight's stream. Couple cool ideas. We're going to do, and I'll explain this probably 18 times, but I'm going to do a cryptid tier list ranking based on who would win in fights. Most powerful cryptids, in my opinion. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably start out with that either before or after the Nukes Top 5 video, assuming there is a nuke. I don't even know if there is one. There is. Alright, shout out time. Antoine Herrera, Flamenwerfer. Let's see. Chris Maki. Brandon Nunez. Randall Jarrell. Jarrell or Jarrell? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I pronounce it right one of the two ways. Lila. S Godzilla 101. Mad Moose. How's it going, Mad Moose? Coltana. You're almost done with school, Flamenwerfer? I got hair in my mouth. There we go. Yeah, when you get out of school, man, it's awesome. I enjoyed high school, but I hated the routine part of it. 8 hours a day at school it was boring. But I enjoyed high school. But college is a lot of fun, or whatever you do. It doesn't have to be college. You don't have to go to college. Little known fact. But yeah, after I got out of high school, it was so fun. Being an adult sucks, but it's also fun. It's what you make it. Basically, if you get a job immediately out of high school and start saving up money, you'll be set. Oh, you're not in high school yet? Oh. So you're gonna be in high school soon. What's up, Texas Oil Boom and Colin Henry? How is it going? Big boy Colin over here. If those who don't know, Colin just got out from his graduating class where he was trying to become a furry. He was becoming a furry. So he graduated that class, so congratulations to Colin Henry. Everyone give him a round of applause. What's up, Note Dive? Read all about Coon. I don't know what Coon is. I'd have to do my research off stream for that one. It sounds suspicious. It sounds fishy. We do have a Nukes Top 5 video lined up, as well as a Cryptid tier list ranking system. I want to wait till Ashers gets here and Ryan Tremblay. Colin. I love pissing Colin off. Oh, it's funny. I love Colin, though. He's my homeboy. Paco's staring at me odd. Yeah, he's a punk. Texas Oil Boom. Yes. Congratulations, Colin. Colin likes to dress up as a furry and one of them anime Pokemon characters, or whatever they're called. I have not watched his most recent video. The one that was posted 6 days ago. I have not watched that one yet. Why people so? Yeah, pissing Colin off is the name of the game, but only certain people are allowed to do it. Remember me from the other live? Like the last live stream, you mean? Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna just wait for some people to join in here, and then we'll start. I guess we'll get started tonight with the Nukes Top 5. We'll do the Cryptid tier list after that. Have I heard of any skinwalkers? Not lately, no. We are starting to, me and my buddy are starting to just have discussions about the Villisca Axe murder house investigation, which will be episode 1 of my TV show that I'm launching later this year. We want to go late summer, preferably. Maybe either July or August is what we're kind of aiming for right now, and we're gonna try to get it funded through donations. So, no hurry right now, but that's probably the plan. It's about $600 to do that investigation. It is a tourist location technically, because you do have to pay to go there, and it's a lot per night, which kind of sucks. But they do got to make money. I understand that. But we are gonna do an investigation there. We'll have our 2 phones. We'll have obviously my expensive big boy camera, and then we'll have my night vision camera as well. That will be so in total we'll have 4 cameras set up to film, which will be really nice. So. Isn't the Wendigo and the Skinwalker almost the same thing? They have different things, but somewhat the same. Yeah, somewhat the same. There's obviously a lot of disparities between the two. I don't know. The Wendigo is kind of like a highly debated cryptid, whether it's real or not. Kind of like the Rake. The Rake, I think it's been proven fake. Everyone knows that one's fake, but the Wendigo is one of those things where we're not really sure. In theory, it's power-wise, yeah, you kind of assume that them and a Skinwalker are somewhat the same to an extent, but there are aliens that look like humans in real life. Oh yeah, dude, I'm sure. I think tall whites look almost identical to humans. They just have paper white skin. I think and they're super fucking tall, but facial structures, they look almost exactly the same as humans. What's up, Evolution? What's up, Andrea? So late this summer, Andrea, me and a buddy are gonna go to Villisca Axe Murder House, which is the most haunted place in Iowa. It's a place you gotta pay a lot of money to go see, but we are gonna do it. I'm going to use chat donations from here on out to fund that trip, and it's going to be awesome. To my knowledge, I'm not sure that so many people have actually done investigations there. I know one TV show went there and a guy stabbed himself, or TV show / YouTube channel. I don't know, but there's a team of investigators. So that's in the works. The planning for that and possibly getting more equipment for that, I'm not sure. I would like more batteries for my camera. That would be a nice thing to have. We're going to start in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes we're going to start. I spilled beer myself. It's all good though. We move. I had some amazing taco pizza just a little bit ago. I'm tired. I woke up from a nap I woke up from a nap like almost 2 hours ago, and I thought that it was morning time. I was like, oh man, I gotta wake up, go to work, but it was dark out, and I was like, oh, I just woke up from a nap. I was tired. Do I know who Mr. Ballin is? That sounds very familiar. The name sounds very familiar. I feel like we've either talked about him or I've heard or seen his YouTube. I assume it's a YouTuber. The name does sound familiar. I've been good, Colin. Just ready for the summer, man. I get all of my motivation to make videos and content like when it's nice out. In the wintertime, I'm just feeling so dead internally. That's why I haven't been posting many videos. Like, I haven't been very motivated to start working on the Cryptid story time as of late, but I promise that will still come. The Cryptid story, or not, yeah, what do we call it? Cryptid news. That one just takes, that's most editing. That one, it's been so cold, I just can't go outside at all to film, so. It is starting to warm up, though. Now it's just the problem, it's so slushy and muddy, but more Cryptid news will come, and once in the summertime, dude, I'm gonna get some awesome Cryptid news. I'll be doing, like, news reports in the middle of the fucking woods. It'll be cool. So, Cryptid news isn't going anywhere. That one will probably be the most recurring one, alongside, top 5 Cryptid videos. But it is a lot of editing, like, it is a lot of, I mean, anytime you're doing anything working on a green screen, which is where Cryptid news is pretty much shot, it's a lot of, it's a lot of editing. But I like it. It's fun editing. It just takes a while. But here in Iowa, up until like last week, it was like negative 20s every day. It was so exhausting. They aren't just stories. Most of them are true encounters and true. On that guy's channel for Mr. Ballin. Okay, we'll check him out. We'll check him out. You guys all seem to like him, so let me put it in right now, and we'll watch a video tonight at some point. If I forget, just remind me, okay? But I am gonna type it in, so I shouldn't forget. Mr. Bailing. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I found him anyways.
Where is it? I clearly...
Mr. Ballin. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the stream tonight. We're going to do the Nukes Top 5. Now remember, for those who are new or haven't been around for this, or maybe you just been away for a while, after every clip, we're going to do our review system based on ranking, number 1 through 10, or I should say 0 through 10, 10 being it was very creepy, 0 being not creepy at all, and that doesn't necessarily have to mean whether you think it's real or not, just did it creep you out? Did it spook you at all? On the spookometer is what we're calling it. So 0 to 10 on the spookometer after every clip, and we'll see what we all come up with. Sorry to headphones users. Alright, let's see.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Following. If you're a regular viewer of Nukes Top 5, then you probably remember Czech ghost hunter ILM and Bono Paranormal. I featured some of his previous terrifying explorations at an abandoned car factory in the past.
No way. No way. No way.
The old car factory in the city of Ostrava, Czech Republic, has been abandoned for almost 60 years after a large explosion took the lives of several workers. Locals claim that the angry spirits of the deceased workers still haunt the decaying old factory. At the end of his previous exploration, Bono fled in terror, but his viewers wanted to see more. So reluctantly, ILM and Bono once again returns to the spooky abandoned car factory. And this time, even though he's understandably very nervous, he promises his new audience that he'll do his best to keep calm and not run away from anything. But it turns out that promise might be a bit hard to keep.
What's up, little Timmy?
This room. I just wanted to check because in the previous video I ran from it and a lot of you hated me for running from this room. I will try not to run away from anything and try and stay calm. But there's... what? You won't believe me. I just got spooked by my hair. Wow. I'm a real ghost hunter.
The nervous ghost hunter actually gets spooked by his own
The
head.
good thing, I already like this guy because he's not trying to put on a persona, and he's acknowledging the mistakes he made last time and trying to fix them this time by not running away and staying calm. That's cool.
But he laughs it off and continues. As he makes his way through dark winding hallways deeper and deeper into the abandoned factory, he starts to get an uneasy feeling that he might not be alone.
Je tu někdo se mnou v téhle místnosti?
A door slams shut somewhere near the frightened ghost hunter. As he tries to find the source of the loud sound, he finds an open door into a small bathroom area. Now what's especially odd is that the door to the bathroom area had been locked shut earlier, making the room inaccessible. But now the door is mysteriously open. In a later investigation, Bono carefully enters the bathroom area and begins to explore. It did not go well.
Okay.
Halo? Jste někdo? I hear something, bro. From this place. No! Já jsem tu přišel jenom prohledat, já jsem chtěl jenom nějaké fotky. Já tu ne... Hello?
That is creepy.
Did you see it? When looking into the last bathroom stall,
That
the sight of
made
an
my hair stand
unexpected
up.
dark figure sends Bono running out into the hallway. He assumes that he has stumbled upon a homeless person or some other stranger. So Bono calls out, explaining that he's only there to explore, nothing else. When no one answers, Bono carefully walks back toward the stall.
Just stick your camera through, not you.
Hello? No freaking way. There is literally no one.
There's no one there. Later in the investigation, Bono heads to a
That was
room in the
fucking scary, I'm
abandoned
not
car
gonna lie.
factory, which seems to be the most supernaturally
What's up, Shay?
active. Bono has caught several frightening unexplained occurrences in this room.
This is the room that all of you know the story of. These are the cups, and this is the closet. I'm sorry, I'm out of here.
What was that?
No. I'm not going. Yeah, I know I said I wouldn't run away, but in this room especially, this room is really like aggressive. The spirits in this room, so I don't want to get hurt. I'm sorry. So I also wanted to check. Oh! Hello?
Almost immediately, the door
Hello.
of the fridge swings open on its own, and Bono just leaves. But no matter where Bono goes, something seems to be following him.
Oh! Oh! Nope. I'm sorry. That was too aggressive.
The unexplained activity only seems to get even more aggressive as Bono explores the abandoned factory. It's almost as if something just does not want him there. As Bono heads down one of the dark hallways of the creepy abandoned building, things take yet another terrifying turn.
Anyway, I think there's one more room. I don't know what. One more thing that I wanted to show you.
Oh, I saw that.
What the I said I won't be scared. Let's go. Hello? Hello? Je tu někdo?
The sound of glass falling to the floor catches Bono's attention, and as he turns around, The same shadow figure he saw earlier seems to be watching him. So he gathers his courage and walks back to investigate. No one there. Bono basically says that he is done. He ends the investigation
You know how awesome
and
that'd be
leaves
to
the
capture
factory.
that shit, though?
So did Bono capture real ghost activity on camera? Are the ghosts of the workers that passed away inside the factory angry that he has disturbed them? Or is it all just
I like
an
that one. I
elaborate
like that one a
hoax?
lot. I think that
You
that was
decide.
genuine fear, and I will always say this. I'm pretty good at reading people's fear, whether it's legit or not, or if they're acting. That seemed real to me. That was pretty fucking spooky. It made my hair stand up, especially that first clip in the bathroom stall. It seemed so legit. So I'm going to give that one a 7.8 out of 10. 7.8 out of 10. We got a 9 from Lila. We got an 8 from Carito. Pretty in line with what I've given it. A 2 out of 10 from Antoine. An 8 out of 10 from Brandon Nunez. Let a few more ratings pour in here. A 6 out of 10 for Andrea. 7. Ooh, a 7 for Texas Oil Boom. That's like one of his highest scores he's ever given. A 6 from Colin Henry. A 7 for Jeremias. Did I say that right? Jeremiah or Jeremias? I'm good at reading voices. Mostly helps. I can usually tell when people are acting. Especially in movies, like when you go to the movie theater, I can usually tell when people are acting. I'm usually pretty good at it, and I think they're always acting, like pretty much. 8 out of 10 for Coltana and 8 out of 10 for Godzilla. So yeah, you're pretty much all in line with what I was thinking too. 7 for Shay.
You can watch Bono's entire 6-part series at the Abandoned Car Factory over on his YouTube channel, ILMN Bono Paranormal. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukes.5@gmail.com.
Oh.
Forgotten. Popular Korean ghost hunter Yoon Shawan goes out to explore an abandoned house in the middle of the night. Yoon claims in his YouTube videos that while he does sometimes film at allegedly haunted locations, he never fakes or fabricates any of the...
You know what we should do? We should get... I have another clip, and it probably wouldn't make a Nuke's Top 5, but it might if he gets bored. We should all send my video to him through that email of the Skinwalker Forest Part 1, where that you can see the strange figure. There's also different parts in the thing where you see eyes. I doubt that one would make it, because it's not very convincing, but...
the creepy activity that he captures in his investigations. But just like everyone else, Yoon Shawan can occasionally get a little spooked, sometimes by something silly.
아이씨 개 같은 새끼야 이띠빠 깜짝 놀라서 이 방 들어가려고 하는데 뭘 조심하라 그래 자꾸 그럼 못 들어가잖아 조심해야지 어휴
Yoon Shawan completely forgets that he's using a Spirit Box phone app when suddenly a loud voice from the app warns him, be careful. Yoon gets jump scared by his own app and flies into a bit of a rage.
아이씨 개 같은 새끼야 이띠빠
So, one dark and stormy night, Yoon finds himself in a strange house that has a bit of a creepy past. Locals say that the house was built on top of a graveyard, and that some of the graves were never moved. Yoon has no idea why the property was abandoned, but he is determined to find out. He sets up a REM pod EMF detector at the front doorway entrance, and similar to before, he then completely forgets about it.
뭐야 씨 왜? 뭐야 아 진짜 씨 쟤 놀래서 그런 게 아니에요. 놀래서 그런 게 아니라 장비 잘 작동하고 있는지 확인해서 그런 겁니다.
Yoon jokes around and boldly claims that he's not scared. But soon things become a bit scarier for the ghost hunter, as he wanders too close to his own REM pod and accidentally sets it off himself. So Yoon decides to use a phone app called Snow that, similar to Snapchat, can detect faces and then add a filter or mask. And things get a bit creepy.
스노우는 귀신이 아니며 참고만 하는 그런 거라고 보시면 돼요. 스노우 한번 해볼게요. 여기
You can kind of see a face on the wall, though, can't you?
안녕하세요. 당신은 어디 있습니까? 분신사와 오디세이 재밌어. 오호, 저는 뭐야? 이건 뭐야? 이거 브이로그 같은데 뭔데? 뭔데? 반응이 조금 없지 않아 있어? 오, 아, 잠깐만, 야, 이거 쓰러지게. 반응이 있어.
What's he doing with his hand there? Was he gonna fight?
몰랐어. 보일러실인 줄 알았는데? 뭐야? 야, 이따구로 다 될 거야? 잠깐만. 씨, 저.
The app on his phone seems to be picking up a face right in front of a closed door. When he kicks it open, he discovers an empty room. The door then slams shut on its own. Now, this could be explained away as a draft of air blowing the door closed. But what happens next is a little harder to explain. Yoon places the REM pod right in front of the mysterious
Eli Buckmaster's
closing
here.
door,
What's up, Eli? How's
and
it
then
been?
continues to use the
How you
phone
doing?
face detecting app. What happens next is truly bizarre.
오, 씨, 깜짝이야. 야.
I don't know how much I like this app.
수 뜨면서 울렸지.
But that is a weird coincidence. I'll give it that.
와, 씨. 이제 점점 무서워진다, 저거. 잠깐 그 앞쪽으로 나와줄 수 있어요? 오, 우와!
What's up, Valley?
씨.
Volley, sorry. I want one of these instruments so bad. I always forget what they're called.
나 깜짝 놀랐네. 오, 씨. 아, 그래. 잠깐만, 나 긴장하고 있어서 그랬어. 오.
Asterisk is here as well. Asterisk, we're gonna do a Cryptid ranking tier list here soon. I'm glad you showed up
깜짝 놀라서 그래.
after this
형님
video.
죄송해요. 소리 질러서 진짜 미안한데.
I think we're only on the second part of this video, so.
Again, the
Just
phone
don't
app
want
seems to see a face right in front of the door, and this time the REM pod also detects something. Then when the door slams shut, Yoon Choo-won gets the scare of a lifetime. However, the most terrifying part of his time inside the house is not what he saw or heard. You see, earlier in the night when the REM pod at the front entrance suddenly detects movement, Yoon captures something on camera without even knowing it. Something downright chilling.
뭐야 이거?
Did you see it? Oh, I saw it out the window.
Did you see it? The door to the strange room slowly
I saw
opens
it.
right in front of him, and then the REM pod right behind him
What's up,
detects
KB?
movement. When he turns around, Yoon captures what appears to be a figure outside the house.
Oh, you know what that fucking reminds me of? That reminds anyone see the movie Signs, where they're at it's like they're showing clips around the world with all these alien encounters and sightings, and then they cut to the scene where at the birthday party, and they show it, and the alien comes out of it's like blended into the bush all along and it just moves. That's what that fucking straight up looks like it was from.
Walking from right to left.
That's a fucking alien.
Whatever
That ain't no
it is
ghost.
seems to only be visible on camera because Yoon just doesn't see it. He only discovered this creepy capture after
love the
going
movie
back through his
Signs.
footage later.
That movie's so disturbing.
So, what do you
It
think?
scared the fuck
Is
out
it
of me as a
real,
kid.
or is it all just a hoax?
That was
As
the
always,
scariest movie for
you
as a kid
decide.
for me.
You can check out this full video over.
I don't know. I give that one a 5 out of 10 only because the ending clip there was so cool. It reminded me of Signs, which is awesome. So I get a 5 out of 10. It wasn't really spooky, but it wasn't horrible. Looks like Predator when it's invisible. That's true. That is true. It does look like Predator when it's invisible. Also equally as fucking scary. Yeah, I got a 5. We got a 6 from Lila, 4 from, now I gotta figure out, say your new name. Let's see, Saren? Is it Saren? Saren? A 6 from Corrito. Looks like about the same. 6 out of 10 for Texas Oil, but that ending was worth it. I mean, without the ending, I would give it like a 3. But I really want that instrument that has the fucking, that little giant antenna. And it makes noise whenever something activates near it, or energy gets near it, or whatever. I really want that. It's expensive as fuck, though. When I go to Velisca X Murder House late this summer, I want to have some kind of tool to detect energy, or something that I can use. Because right now, it's all nice and dandy having cameras. I don't have an EMF guy. I don't have anything, and I want to. What are some of the tools I should get? If I can only, I don't have all this money. What are some of the tools I should save up for it and get? Because I mean, I know a lot of these are expensive as fuck. And the trip alone is $600. I don't know if I should get like an EMF detector. One of these goddamn xylophone looking things with the long antenna where it beeps every time something's near it. I don't know. Saren? Okay. 6 for Coltana, 4 for Spencer, 5 for Colin and Satan, 5 for Chris Maki.
From the YouTube channel Shawan Yoon. Attachment. Ghost Hunting brothers Josh, Sean, and Rocky Foreman from the YouTube channel Paranormal Nightmare TV series were contacted by a family in Bloomington, Indiana, who claimed that they were experiencing a terrifying and violent haunting inside their home. The family claims they see the hooded apparition of a man in their bedrooms late at night, and they've witnessed the spirit of a young girl running through their house.
Oh, God.
But that's not all. Water faucets in the house turn on by themselves. The family hears unexplained talking and banging. During the night, something tugs at their blankets.
Stringing
and
bells.
they find
That's
random
true.
unexplained bruises all over their bodies. But most terrifying of all, one day the kitchen stove gas is turned on without them knowing and left on for hours, putting the entire family in grave danger. The homeowner, Ron Hudson, believes that all of this strange activity could possibly be caused by the restless spirit of his deceased brother.
Okay, my brother passed away. It's been almost 8 years ago, but he was cremated, and his remains are in this box. This is the urn type thing that they put those ashes in after cremation. So that's my brother.
But the idea that it could be Ron Hudson's brother doesn't really explain the violent nature of the haunting. After all that has happened to the family, the mother and daughter, Virginia.
Spoiler, it's not his brother. Just because you have an urn full of ashes in your house does not mean they're going to haunt your house or roam it. Yeah.
And G. Marie believed that the supernatural presence in their home might be something much more sinister.
Yeah.
The Foreman brothers stay overnight to investigate the paranormal activity inside the home. During their investigation, they capture unexplained figures on their SLS camera and catch strange voices on their spirit box.
I feel like it's cold. Oh, there is something by you. Is there? Mm-hmm. Because my back's getting cold.
What's up, Brandon Harrison?
Bed. Oh,
Ariana?
we can see you. Are you evil?
Now, all of the evidence that they capture is pretty creepy, but when the three brothers sit down to interview Mom Virginia, they capture something downright terrifying.
And we see shadows a lot. I'm always thinking somebody's behind me.
Looked like a shadow went straight through that brim over there.
Oh, God. That's pretty fucked up.
Those two sitting on the couch, and then you were sitting behind there. So there's nobody else in the house with us. So to see something walk through there, I can't explain it.
An unexplained figure is seen walking behind Virginia in the hallway. Now keep in mind, the entire family and all of the Foreman brothers are sitting in the living room at the time of this recording. There is no one else in the house. So just who or what is that? Could it be that Ron Hudson is right? Is it his brother walking towards his own death urn?
I don't think that's his brother.
Or could it be something much
What's up,
more
Elaine?
dark and sinister? As always, I leave it up to you to decide. You can check out this full video and many more great paranormal investigations over on the channel Paranormal Nightmare TV series. Grave. Paranormal YouTuber and Facebook live streamer El Payaso de la Toledo sets out to investigate the allegedly haunted Los Mochis Cemetery in Mexico. He's joined by his friend.
By the way, that one I give a 9.8 out of 10. 9.8. That was a very convincing piece of apparition footage, and I think the whole story seemed genuine, and I actually kind of want to watch that video. That was a really good, creepy as motherfucker, you know. 10 from Lila, 8 from Saren, a 2 from Satan, a 7 for Texas Oil Boom. Wow, this Texas Oil Boom is like the highest rated video he's ever given. 8 from KB. A 9.5 for Colin Henry, a 7 for Chris Maki. We'll give a couple more ratings and then we'll move on. A 4 for Spencer and a 9 for Coltana J. Now we move on to the next clip. But first, a word from your sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm just kidding.
Friends and fellow video creators Lorena Jacobo and Moonra Vlogs. The investigators head to the graveyard to investigate the alleged paranormal sightings of the quote, Lady in the White Jacket, a local paranormal legend of a ghost woman who is said to walk the cemetery. However, once the group begins their investigation and invites the spirits of the old cemetery to show themselves, they don't see the Lady in the White Jacket, but it seems they might have disturbed an entirely different spirit in the Los Mochis Cemetery. El Payaso de la Toledo broadcast the entire investigation live to his Facebook page as the three friends witness something absolutely terrifying.
God, these cemeteries are so crappy. No maintenance at all. You need a weed eater for this motherfucker.
Hablaban con ruidos, lamentos, golpes. Queremos verlos, escucharlos. Queremos saber si están cerca de nosotros, que se hagan sentir.
Yo, cut that shit out.
Pasó un niño, güey. Pasó un niño, güey. Pasó un niño por
This
aquí.
guy has to ruin it by freaking out. Just don't even say. No, I don't even say anything. I just saw that. I would just let him keep making that weird ass whistle.
Para acá se metió. Sí.
Investigator Moonra Vlogs
do work at a
blows air
cemetery.
into his hand to make
What's
some
up, Avery?
sort of call, possibly to create energy for the spirits to use to manifest themselves. And that's when the figure of a small pale child can be seen running across the cemetery path. The creepy apparition disappears behind the gravestones. Now keep in mind that this is all being streamed live as the team immediately goes looking for the mysterious child. And that's when things get even stranger.
¿En dónde estás? uy, uy. ¿Me escuchó?
Sí se escuchó.
Está llorando.
Sí se escuchó.
No mames. Niño. Ay, no mames, güey.
Ey, se está riendo.
Por aquí debe estar, güey.
Can you imagine you're just walking through the cemetery, like investigating, and you hear like this pitter pattering, like you know, like when there's a stampede coming and you see like a little pebble on the ground, it's like vibrating on the ground. You're like, what the fuck? And then you look down this valley, and all of a sudden you see these trees moving, like something's moving through them. You're like, oh fuck, smoke rising out of them, or dust being unsettled. And all of a sudden, through the tree line breaks a giant herd of babies, just dead sprinting at you, like a giant herd of them, and they're just sprinting, arms out, like, like giggling. You know, I mean, I could take out maybe 20 to 30 babies before they swarmed me and took me down. You know, but I mean, babies are also, like, imagine these babies were fast. Fucking terrifying. Just saying, I thought of that just now.
¿Anda un niño aquí?
¿Uy? No, eso me recuerda como que abrieron una reja o una puerta, güey.
¿Anda un niño por aquí? Oye, ¿no se le perdería a alguien ese niño?
When calling out to the child, the three investigators hear unexplained cries and laughter. They have no idea why a child would possibly be in the graveyard this late at night, and they continue searching out of concern for the child. But when it becomes clear that there
Bullshit,
is
Satan.
no
I want
one
a picture
else
of
in the
this
cemetery,
indentation.
they start to believe that they might have witnessed an actual child spirit. They change tactics and start to ask the spirit to once again appear before their eyes.
Si eres un niño, si eres un demonio, si eres lo que seas, te pedimos que te acerques. Queremos verte de nuevo. Queremos escucharte.
Uy. Aquí algo otro, ¿no, compa?
¿Le estás hablando?
¿Dónde estás?
Hándolo saber.
Start kicking and punching. Hell, I
¿Algo
mean,
pasó? Sí.
hell yeah.
Sí, algo pasó, compa. ¿Qué fue?
¿Quién eres?
Mira, mira.
Corrió.
Aquí corrió algo.
¿Qué corrió? Aquí estás, niño.
¿En dónde estás? Hándolo saber. Mira, mira, espérame.
¿En dónde estás? You know?
Si es un niño, güey.
Greed.
Si es un niño, si es un niño.
I'm trying to
Sí es un
work on
niño,
rolling
güey.
my R's.
Si es un niño.
Greed.
Espérame. Amigos. Si es un niño, güey. Si es un niño. Por aquí pasó, güey. Si es un niño, si es un niño. A ver, güey.
Strange sounds seem to surround the three investigators, and again the figure of a small child runs across the cemetery path, disappearing amongst the gravestones. The team runs to find the child, but there's no one there. The mysterious child seems to have disappeared into thin air. So did Mexican ghost hunter El Payaso de la Toledo and his friends Lorena Jacobo and Moonra Vlogs capture the ghost of a restless child playing amongst the tombstones? Or is it just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
I don't know.
Urban Explorer.
I'll give that one a 5. I give it a 6.1. 6.1 out of 10. I was gonna say 5.9, but 6.1 out of 10. It just looked like a white stick. I mean, I don't know. It didn't really look like. If it would seemed like legs moving, could have worked with something there. But 6.1 for me. A 6 from Lila. A 4 from Mr. Fluffy. A 5 from Chris Maki. A 5 from Texas Oil Boom. $6.9 for KB Gaming, a 4 for Exonus. I probably butchered that. Let's see. 4 from Saren, negative 10 out of 10 for Brandon Nunez, a 6 for Ariana, 6 for Colin Henry, a 5.5 for Spencer B. I wasn't paying attention, so 5. Fair enough. I mean, that's a fair, honest rating.
Christopher Hill from the YouTube channel Urbex Hill is back on another exploration to a new, abandoned location. This time he explores the First Hungarian Reformed Church in Cleveland, Ohio. Built in 1904, the church was in use for almost 100 years before it was abandoned in 2003. It has sat empty for almost 18 years, but vandalism and the elements have taken their toll on the old church. It now exists in a severe state of decay. Christopher records as he explores the church grounds, finding an old piano and a broken down electric organ. As he plays around with the dead keys of the old organ, the explorer captures something very creepy and unexpected on camera.
Why is Ohio so weird? Ohio is weird. You even have weird sports teams in Ohio. I've seen this guy's been in this apartment before, or not apartment, church.
I know. That's crazy. I know I heard the piano.
That piano low-key sounds badass. Eli Buckmaster, the $250 donation. With an NZ. I don't know what the NZ means, but $250. Eli Buckmaster. What the fuck? My brother from another mother. Eli just funded like almost half of the Valeska Axe Murder House trip. Just like that. It's like pretty much half funded. That's insane. Thank you, Eli, again. I haven't seen you in a while, bro, but hopefully you've been good. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning into a New Zealand dollar, so it's like 180 S. Hey, love it nonetheless, brother. Love it nonetheless. Also, why you in New Zealand now? Is that where you're stationed? Because you were in Africa, weren't you? Yeah, give some clap hands. Anytime we get a donation over $100, clap hand emojis get deployed. And then another $50 donation for Eli Buckmaster. Give him clap hand emojis, if you would, for Eli Buckmaster, the very good guy, the badass motherfucker that he is. Making things possible on this channel. He's pretty much the like, if I ever got famous and rich, I'd probably make my channel logo Eli Buckmaster's face. If we're being realistic, it'd be like he'd be like the first person I'd sign, and then I'd make him like my LeBron James, like center athlete. It'd be like you see him on a poster on in downtown Manhattan, and he'd be like holding a rifle, and he's like the new Cryptid hunter. I assemble a team of 6 Cryptid hunters, and he's the leader of my Cryptid hunting team. I'm the owner. I assembled the 6 best people in the world to hunt cryptids and find truth and bring out the truth to this mystery. And once we've bag and tag our first Bigfoot, it's worth like $3 billion. All right, and then we're all just super mega rich. You wound up in New Zealand the last couple months. So that's cool. New Zealand's pretty fucking cool, though, ain't it? Hear Eli and clap. That's funny. Thank you again, Eli Buckmaster, as always, brother. Appreciate you.
What the
I have seen this before. I was gonna say,
The keys of the broken electric organ make no sound, but suddenly the piano across the room blasts out a note, as if something unseen slammed down on one of its keys. Christopher is shocked and makes his way over to the piano to check it out, but he finds nothing out of the ordinary. Then a chair suddenly tips over by itself. The urban explorer has had enough and decides to just get out of there. As he makes a quick exit, we can hear the loud, unexplained sounds of unknown objects crashing to the floor right behind him. So did Chris capture paranormal activity inside the 100-year-old church? Let me know what you think. You can check out this full video and more creepy explorations over on his YouTube.
Imagine, Eli, if like we had our own team and like we could, let's say I was the owner. Like I had all the money to fund whatever equipment. Like we want a helicopter, drones, thermal attached to the helicopter. You're on the ground leading the team of 6 people, and you're on the ground like I'm in the bird directing from the sky. Like, hey, we got one over here to your northeast at 7 clicks. Over, and you're like, copy, over, and then you fucking are like crawling through the woods with like a green laser beam on the end of your fucking high-powered rifle, going through like shrubbery and like wet shrubbery, and then you hear a stick break, and you're like, you look up, and in the tree there's a fucking Wendigo, screaming with his long ass tongue, and he lunges down at you, and you're firing. Cutscene jumps back to me. I'm in the helicopter. I'm like, they're in trouble. I'm like radioing, and you're not answering. Over, over, over. I say, screw it. I fucking throw the radio down. I stand up. I look back that like we have like probably like some kind of weird scientist guy on our team. He's like, what are you doing? I say. He's like, we need a plan. I say, I have a plan, and I jump. Totally didn't steal that from Avengers. I jump out of the helicopter, and then the pilot goes, did he have a parachute on? Also steal that from Avengers. And he's like, no. And I fucking come down. I don't even have a parachute. I have a glider suit, like a fucking glider suit. I fucking glide down out of this helicopter at low altitude. And as this thing's about ready to jump on top of Eli and claw him to death, I fucking glide and hit him. Like I fucking curl up in a ball and like hit him like a cannonball. Plow this motherfucker. I mean, this Wendigo goes flying. And then I catch myself on the ground, and I have like claws that stick out of my tips of my finger. And I slide on the ground. I use that to stop. I get up and I give him a pose, and then that's where chapter 2 picks up, where we fight. But if you want to join me and Eli's team of cryptids, you got to apply. You got to have experience. You got to be good. All right, we're not taking chumps. Ryan Tremblay would probably be the guy in the helicopter, like the nerdy scientist guy that like just has like a file of all the cryptids and what they do. Like he's like flipping through the pages. Page 69. This is the Wendigo. Yeah, the Wendigo possesses several powers. It has chameleon-like abilities. Page 84. The Thunderbird. It has wings. And I'd be like, okay, cool. Let me handle the rest. Okay, I'm out of breath. We can continue now.
Channel Urbex Hill. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram there and on Twitter there, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Now it is time. That last video, by the way, I would probably give it like a 6. Now it's time for the Cryptid tier list. Now, I'm glad Ryan and Ashers did join because they might have to help me with some of these because I don't know if all of them are called. But we're going to do a Cryptid tier list. I'm going to rank this off of, I think S is the number one. I don't know if it's super tier or whatever you want to call it. S is the highest tier, and I'll show you it in a second. I'm ranking off these based off who I think would win in a fight. Most powerful cryptids. So let's just say, for example, Bigfoot's at the top, and just for an example, Dogman is at the very bottom. I think Dogman would lose to all the guys above him. Make sense? Now, obviously, it's not going to go down that way, but that's just an example. What am I smoking? Colin, yes, you can join. You're not going to be on the team, but we can tie you to a tree. as bait. You'll be like the guy that will, will save you before it kills you, but you just like have to, be you're the juicy bait, and the cryptid's gonna be crawling towards you, slithering in the tall grass towards you. It's gonna want to kill you. But Eli will be covering you with a sniper rifle. Don't worry. People are looking at the scientists like, how do we kill it? Ryan Tremblay's like sweating. He puts his glasses up to us. Page 45. Yeah. Right down here. And then he's got to be like that nervous scientist, like nerdy guy. This is where the fun begins. I can't do a Joker impression. Let's see here. Eli, my best friend just got back from deployment, and he just built his own rifle that he had overseas, and we're gonna go take that shooting. I forgot what it is called, but I'll have to take a video of me shooting it and show you. All right, I'm gonna get this tier list ready, which I already do. I have it ready. Look at me. All right, let's see here. So this is the tier list. Okay. Pretty simple. Makes sense. Now, I know, like, what some of these are. I know fucking... That just looks like a gray tiger. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that is down there. It looks like a Bigfoot, but this is definitely Bigfoot right here. So I don't know if that's Yeti. I don't know if that's skunk ape. I don't know what the hell that is. That's an alligator of some kind. Thunderbird. Mothman, obviously. Mongolian deathworm. I don't fucking know what that is. The frog. Oh, easily. Loveland Lake Monster Frog. Definitely S tier. He is oddly powerful, and I don't care what anyone says. Easy S tier. Starting off there. Everything is easy after you get him out of the way. Okay. So starting off, in terms of who would beat who. Okay. Let's do, I mean, this looks like a fucking dinosaur. Like, what the fuck is this thing? It looks like a dinosaur. I think what we should do is start with Bigfoot, because we can gauge off of Bigfoot. Do we think it's more powerful than Bigfoot, or what's weaker Bigfoot? I think Bigfoot would be a C-tier cryptid. I think Bigfoot would be a C-tier cryptid. He's not super powerful. And then we can adjust him. We can adjust him to B if we want, depending on what we put into D and F categories. So, you know what I mean? We can adjust him to B. We'll see what he is. But he doesn't have any super abilities that we know. He's not a super offensive. He's not super aggressive. He is strong. You don't want to fuck with him. You know, but could a Bigfoot take on a Thunderbird? Who knows? I think he could. But, we're just going to start with B, because I feel like there's not many cryptids that are going to be bigger than Bigfoot. You know what I mean? He's a pretty large individual. I mean, I don't even know what the hell this is. What the fuck is it? I can't tell what that is. That's an F. I don't know. That is a bush to me. A tree. Okay, Mothman. If I'm thinking, okay, we have the Loveland Lake Monster Frog at the most powerful cryptid, which I agree. You have Bigfoot at B. Do I think Mothman is more powerful than Bigfoot? I'm saying, who would win in a fight, Bigfoot or Mothman, essentially? Now, what's tricky about Mothman is he's probably got some supernatural abilities. It's probably not, like, if Mothman was just a natural being, which I don't think he is, Bigfoot would just rip his arms off. And he still might, but if Mothman can take down bridges, something tells me that he has some superpowers. So should I put Mothman at A, or should I put him in the same category? See, this is tough. While we're doing this, I'm gonna put on some creepy music here. It's tough. I don't know. But how? Okay, but see, I'm trying to work around my brain right now. Scenarios. How would Mothman kill Bigfoot? I agree with that, Ashers. I think he is an alien of some kind. And so I think he has powers. But what are his powers that are believed that he possesses? Obviously, he takes down bridges, but how? Just using ultra vibration? I mean, how is that going to win a fight? You know what I'm saying? Does he have any more known abilities? Does he shoot laser beams from his eyes? I don't see the Fresno Nightcrawlers, unfortunately. I don't see them. He was wanting it, Ryan Tremblay, with a solid point there. See, I just don't know how Mothman would actually take a Bigfoot down. And Nicola brings up a good point. And sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Any kind of creature that flies is likely, it would have to be hollow boned, which isn't good for fighting, because a Bigfoot would snap hollow bone. Like, if it sneezed on it wrong, it would fucking break it in half. So if Bigfoot got its hands on Mothman, it'd be over. I think it'd just rip its wings right out of its sockets and kill him. So I think what I'm determining here is that at best, Mothman would be a B tier. But now we also can rearrange it. Now let's say I put him at B tier. You can put him in front, or yeah, you can put him like that. So whoever's at front in the front here is the most powerful. So it goes in order as well, like in the actual row. I think Bigfoot would beat Mothman. I'm gonna stick with Bigfoot. I think it'd be tough to kill him. Bigfoots are reported to be anywhere from 7 to 9 feet tall, massive, very strong creatures, very durable. And until Mothman, we still don't have enough evidence of Mothman. Mothman could be super powerful, we just don't know. I'm going to say for now, he's B tier. I think there are, it's possible that he's not powerful at all. He's more knowledge-based. He's more of a watcher. He's not much of a doer. And he could be just intelligent. And like Ryan said, he could be warning people. But I think if they were in a fight, Bigfoot would win that. I do think that. So let's just call this one right here the Yeti, because I can't. It looks like it's in a snow climate. Let's just call this one a Yeti. I'm gonna put a Yeti at A. I think a Yeti would fucking murder a Bigfoot, because I think Yetis are way more powerful and aggressive, and I think a Yeti would. And I would almost be wanting to put this one. No, I'm S tier's got to be rare. You got to be extra in rare air, which the Loveland Lake Monster Frog is fucking obviously the best one. But I think that the Yeti would be A tier. I think it's higher than Bigfoot. I would think it would absolutely eat Mothman for breakfast. All right. How about the Loch Ness Monster? The Loch Ness. Now this one's a hard one to rate because it's like, well, these two can't really fight. The Loch Ness Monster's in water, Bigfoot's on land. So you're gonna have to split the difference somewhere in between here of like, what are we dealing with? Just because I think the Loch Ness Monster owns the water, I think it probably would be one of the very, very top predators to exist on planet Earth in the water. I'm gonna have to put him at B tier. And I'm gonna have to put him in front of Mothman. Because I think of how dominant he is in his own realm, I think deserves respect. It deserves respect. And he can't be lower at B because you can make an argument for A, but it's so hard to rate a water cryptid because there's really not much to go off of. They can't really fight a whole lot of other cryptids. Now is the Ogopogo this guy down here, Ryan, or Asher? What is this? What is this serpent-looking guy? Yeah, when I think of the Loch Ness Monster, I imagine it to be the plesiosaur, which is a pretty dominant, would be a pretty dominant cryptid, or a water dinosaur. But I think there's one in here that could probably take it, and I'll get to that in a second. Can we enlarge the screen? Does anyone know how to zoom in on a Windows screen? Ogopogo. Can anyone think that? Does anyone think this is the Ogopogo? Control plus. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Can you see that better? This thing right here. What is this thing? Control plus scroll wheel works. Okay, cool. Some of these, I don't know what the fuck this thing is. I don't know, but I just put an F tier because it looks stupid. It looks like the monkey from Lion King where he's holding up the fucking baby. Ogopogo. Okay, so now, here's the question. Who would win in a fight? Ogopogo or Plesiosaur? Or Loch Ness Monster, whatever you want to call it. Ogopogo looks more serpent-like, where the... I think the Plesiosaur would probably be bigger than the Ogopogo, wouldn't it? You think the Ogopogo would win? The Ogopogo looks like it has like a snake body, where the Plesiosaur would likely have a very large whale-like body with it'd be like a shark whale. Ogopogo? Okay. Okay, we'll go Ogopogo. Psych! No, I'm kidding. No, actually, I'm not kidding. Surprise. Ogopogo would get eaten by the Loch Ness Monster. You didn't know that, did you? Well, now you do. Fact. Fact. Alright? No. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. I have my gut feeling tells me that the Loch Ness Monster would win. If we could watch him in a tank fight right now, I'd put $200 down on Loch Ness Monster eating the Ogopogo. Straight up. I think the Loch Ness Monster is like twice its size. I think it would eat it, kill it, and you guys would all be like, "Whoa, shocking!" I know, right? That's my upset pick. I don't know what's on F tier, but I couldn't tell, so I made him. Let's see if we can zoom in on him real close. I don't know who chose this image, but they should just be fired from everything. I mean, it looks like the monkey from Lion King, where he's holding up his little fucking, either the baby or that little fucking stick with the red thing on it. Alright, so is this the Kraken, or what is this? Is it the giant squid? Is it the Kraken? You think that's the Guagui? Colossal Squid. Well, I'm going to say the Colossal Squid kills, I think he's the most powerful one in B tier. If it's the Colossal Squid, I mean, if we're talking, like, it's bigger, I'm assuming Colossal Squid, I mean, bigger, the size of a big giant boat, it would kill anything, it'd be the king of the water. I don't think anything fight that. So I think the giant, Colossal Squid would probably be more powerful. But you know what? No, Bigfoot's still number one in that regard, because while yes, he would beat Bigfoot in the water, all right, Bigfoot is more intelligent and knows how to use weapons. Okay, the squid is like, I see boat, I eat boat. Stupid. He's dumb. But I would say the giant squid would be more powerful than any water cryptid. All right, next one. Is this the New Jersey Devil? I believe so. unless I'm missing it. Looks like that would be the New Jersey Devil. I'll zoom in again. Are we going to call this a skunk ape right here? Is that the skunk ape? I think I've seen this image used often with skunk apes. And in terms of skunk apes, do we think they're more powerful than a Bigfoot, or no? What the hell is this? A lace of a football? What the fuck is this? Skunk ape has to deal with alligators? Yeah, but Bigfoots have to deal with mountain lions and bears. Who would win in a fight? Skunk ape or a Bigfoot? Who's bigger? I don't know if there's a difference in size. And we're always going to be talking 1v1 here, not whether one travels in groups or not. Just 1v1. We can do Goatman quick. Goatman is a C. He'd get fucked up by all these guys. Skunk apes are smaller? Okay. So I'm going to put Skunk ape down here. He's going to be behind Mothman. I think Mothman would beat a skunk ape. I really do. I think skunk apes are scared, smelly, shitty creatures. And the Mothman would win that fight. Alright, now we're getting to stuff that, like, what is this gray tiger? I mean, it looks like just a color shot, a photoshopped gray tiger. I don't know what they're referencing this to be. Like, what is this? This looks like a football, like a lace of a football. That's F. I don't know what that is, but that's an F tier. It's either that or it's a microbionic organism. I don't know, but it's weak. Whatever it is. Not impressed. Death cat. Is it the size of a tiger? Is it bigger? Smaller? The Maltese tiger. Where do we think the Maltese tiger would be? Do you think the Maltese tiger would kill a skunk ape? It looks gray to me. Gray with black stripes. It's just a tiger. I don't think a tiger... God, but a tiger could fuck up a Bigfoot. It could hurt it real bad. I'm gonna say it's gonna be behind the skunk ape. I think I would put my money on a Bigfoot, any subspecies of Bigfoot to beat a tiger. But if we're talking like anything the size of a Siberian tiger, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if a Siberian tiger took down a full adult male Bigfoot, because all it takes, and Bigfoots can be up to 9 feet tall, but that they don't weigh much. They wouldn't weigh much more than a tiger. Tigers are very strong. They're going to be faster than Bigfoots, and they're going to have razor-sharp claws and teeth. And their Bigfoots are just any flesh than other animal. I mean, one cut is all it takes to the throat, jugular area, and they're done. They're going to bleed out and die. So I think Bigfoots back in the day probably were hunted. If let's say if Bigfoots existed back when bigger tigers existed, like saber-tooths or something, I think they would have been hunted for sure. I don't know if they were around that long. Who knows? Probably. But I think a tiger would be smart enough to know that a Bigfoot's pretty fucking large to go after. But if you're dealing with a desperate tiger, no, you know what? He's gonna go in front of skunk ape. I think he would kill a skunk ape. I think he would kill a lot of Bigfoots, but the main Bigfoot would be like, I'm just big enough to fucking take him on. So that I just talked myself into that. Yeah, 600 pounds plus for a tiger. Tigers are huge. And how much is a Siberian, like, what's the average Siberian tiger? Wait, is that 600 or is that more than that? Yeah, so it's about 600 is where they're about. They're giant animals, like they're very scary. Okay, so what are we gonna? Okay, we're gonna do Thunderbird. Where's a Thunderbird at? We're gonna assume that the Thunderbird is the size of a small prop plane. It's gonna be powerful. It's going to have the abilities to kill. It's not just going to be a giant crow. It's going to have razor-sharp talons with a beak meant to tear flesh. So, it would have to attract... I mean, it's not going to be picking up elephants or, you know, rhinos, horses. It'd be picking up deer, mid-sized animals, possibly even humans. I think if one went after the skunk ape, I think the skunk ape would be strong enough to ward it off, which would give the skunk ape the victory there. So I'm going to put the Thunderbird after the skunk ape, because you have to remember, at the end of the day, they are hollowed bones, so they can't pick up anything too heavy. Birds can't pick up super heavy things. They're just not meant to. Now some can, like the golden eagle can pick up a goat for a short while at a time, but they're really about the same size as a goat, so they can't fly with it. You think Thunderbird would be C? I think the fact that the Thunderbird can fly, here's my reasoning. I think the Thunderbird would beat the Mothman. I think in terms of aerial display of power, the Thunderbird would be a much more greater threat to most creatures, if not any, than Mothman. Because like we said, what powers do we know that Mothman has? Did he take down a bridge with vibrations? What is that going to do in an actual fight, though? If he's, you know, I think Thunderbird is the king of the skies. So that's I'm going to keep B tier. I think there are a lot of powerful B tier cryptids. But now you go into this bat creature. This bat creature here. I assume this thing can't be too big. I don't know what he's even hunting there. What is this bat creature? He's C. I can just tell he's a C tier. I think he's actually more powerful than Goatman. I don't know what the fuck that thing is, but this worm, D. You can already tell he's a worm. He ain't scary. Whatever the fuck this thing is, D. It's just a little coyote-sized thing. Ain't scared. This is I don't know what the fuck that. Oh, this is supposed to be. That's an image reportedly taken of that thought to be extinct bird. Either way, that's D because it's not really a scary bird. They are big, but they're not flying birds. They walk. I forget what it's called. Yeah, it looks like the Tasmanian devil is what that looks like. Some of these now, like, what the hell is this thing? Is this Bigfoot's wife? What the hell is this thing? And what does it do? Because it don't look powerful. It looks at best C tier. At best, I can just tell by the way it is. The death worm can electrocute its prey. Well, that's cool and all, but it's got to catch its prey first. I don't know. You know, I think that thing would be down there, honestly. I don't think that thing, it looks powerful at all. I could one punch knock out that thing out. The Asian bird, yeah, tiny. It's probably smaller. I can knock that thing out. Easy. Look at it. It looks like a sloth. Not even scared of it. Alright, so now we're getting into the tricky ones here, because I don't know what any of these are. This literally looks like a moose. I can't see half these images. Can anyone identify what these two images are here? This looks like is that a woolly mammoth? Is that what we're looking at here? Woolly mammoth? Because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like an elephant. That's a trunk, head. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. This looks like a tiger. That looks like a mongoose. That guy's gonna be low tier. This guy's gonna be low tier. This guy's gonna be probably low tier. I don't know what the fuck that's low tier. That's definitely like, that's a moose. Straight up. I don't know what else that's supposed to be. A dragon? I don't know what the hell that is. So we got a mammoth. Okay, so what the hell is this? It looks like a kangaroo type looking thing. Honey badger? Yeah, the honey badger is badass. Are we just calling this the dragon? Like, is this just a dragon? Or is there a special cryptid? Isn't there like a serpent-like dragon that's believed to exist that's smaller? Or are we just going to call this like a dragon? Like, because I know some people do believe dragons still exist. There is a lot of theories. Well, since we know this is the mammoth, mammoth goes in A tier because mammoth would murder a yeti. It would murder a yeti. Mammoths are huge, and you don't fuck with mammoths. It's hard to find anything as powerful as that. That's the wyvern. Okay, wyvern would be S tier. It's not more powerful than the Loveland Lake Frog Monster. I'm not even being as a joke. The Loveland Frog Monster is the most powerful cryptid. It's slippery, it has amphibious ways, and it can go on the land, it can be bipedal, and it can jump kick. And it's very fast. So, it's definitely still number one. This guy, definitely F tier. It's probably ahead of these guys. This football ace here, I don't even know what that is. Moose, he sucks. This guy just looks like a D tier. He was born for D tier. Same with that guy. That guy looks like a C tier. That guy looks like a D tier. Now we're down to these last three. Okay. Last three. We have this giant, looks like an Apatosaurus. This lizard, which I can just tell looks like it's small. Probably the size of an alligator or something. And this looks like some kind of cat. A tiger, perhaps. What are we going to say these are? The Diplodocus, if that's what that is, it is a large animal, but they are not a predator. They are a prey. Now, that being said, what on this list could actually kill a Diplodocus? Because they are powerful nonetheless, and they have very powerful tails. Just knowing that and basing it off what I know about dinosaurs, they are hard to kill unless you're like a T-Rex. So I'm going to have to give it the A tier just because nothing below it could kill it. Nothing. A Bigfoot could not kill one of those. Not a 1v1. Now, if you have heard of Bigfoots with spears, okay, maybe. But you don't. That's not what we're going off of. So, even if the Diplo can't tail whip, it can still stomp and use its head to swipe or whatever it does. They have to have some kind of defense. Like, being a dinosaur that old and that big has to have some natural defense, whether it's a head whip, kind of like how a giraffe does. Even if it doesn't, it just can't be killed by any of these. So, it's just so much bigger. So it's got to be A. This tiger. This tiger, I mean, if we're going, would this tiger kill the what, the Tasmanian tiger or whatever he called his gray guy here? Is it more powerful than this guy here? Or do you think he belongs in C tier, kind of with this giant bat, goat man, and this little pterodactyl thing? I think this serpent here would be D tier. I just think he's so... But I think he'd be above these guys. I think he'd be in there. This moose would be ahead of the football lace, because the football lace is definitely the worst one. I think this guy would sit in here. He just looks like he would sit there. So here's our list, okay? Starting at S tier, we have the Loveland Lake Frog Monster. And we have the Dragon, a wyvern. Okay. Two of the most powerful cryptids hand-hand. I mean, look at the Loveland Frog. Look at his posture. He's just sitting on a railing. He's probably having a beer. He don't care. He don't fucking give two shits about anyone or anything. He's just loving life. Alright? But he would beat the wyvern, straight up. And he would beat everyone down below. We have the woolly mammoth, which again, it'd be hard to... Oh, and I should put this Diplo in front of the Yeti, because again, I don't think a Yeti could kill that. You have the mammoth and then the Diplodocus, or whatever you want to call it, whatever dinosaur it is, as the two. But they're just so big that, and the woolly mammoth could murder a lot of things. But they do have tusks, so they could kill. They actually have weapons built in. And the Yeti, I think, would kill the Bigfoot. I think Yeti would fuck up a Bigfoot. So they are A tier because they are very aggressive, believed to be anyways. Whereas Bigfoot's not. So Bigfoot stays in A tier because he just is resourceful. He's a survivor. You got the giant squid. You got your kind of a 3 in a row water cryptids, because water cryptids would be very powerful and be hard to keep them out of a higher ranked tier. And then you got some of your lower guys here, or lower parts of the B tier, still all very powerful cryptids here. And then you get down to C, where you're starting to get to the lower end cryptids, smaller human-sized cryptids. You got this bat guy, looks like he's chasing a chicken. Goatman, who I could one-punch knock out Goatman. And then you got some flying little, looks like smaller winged cryptids, looks like little small pterodactyls. Some kind of small, mid-sized cat. And then you get down to D, these guys are all suckers. They could fuck you up to a normal human. Not me, but like a normal human, yes. And F tier, if you died to one of these cryptids, I would laugh. Like, I would be so embarrassing a way to die. Because they all suck. I don't know, still don't know what this fucking thing is. Well, I don't know, what is that? So let's see what you guys disagree. I want to see what you guys think I got my list wrong. Someone said the saber-tooth needs to go up one. I don't think it's not a saber-tooth though. That's not a saber-tooth. What ability does Froggo Man have again? Well, he is slippery. He's bipedal. He can dance with many moves. He actually can throw a rock over 25 yards with a perfect fucking 45-degree angle to the throw. He can actually attract any other female cryptid he wants. He has psychology warfare. He could invite over a woman Bigfoot, and she would come over and sleep with him. He's just very attractive, and he's charming, and he's very slippery. And like I said, he can just rub around and get his punches in. He has a tongue that can stick out and grab around you, and just choke the life out of you, pick you up and wiggle you, and then eat you whole. The Guagui in F. I don't know that that's a Gugui. I thought someone said that's not a Gugui. I can't tell what it is. It's just I just put it in F because it's such a shitty image. Whoever picked that image of a Gugui, that's their fault. That's their fault. Dale Squatch would be in a tier above S. It'd be just a blank tier. It's so badass that no one has found a word to describe it yet, and that's where I'm at. The Mongolian sandworm evolution saying is underrated here. Perhaps. If we're like, how big are you saying this worm is though? Because when I'm thinking of the Mongolian death worm, I'm thinking the size of like I'm saying the size of maybe a very, very small car or something. Maybe, like, I'm saying, like, width-wise. And I do think that's why I have it in top of D. I think it would kill all these guys. And it might kill this guy that, you know, maybe. Gugly stays down there. He stays down there. His image is bad. They should have used a better image. He can hide in his trees down in F. That's where he belongs. I think my list is perfect. I think you can't make this list any better. This list will go down in history as one of the best cryptid tier ranking lists of all time, and it can't even be debated. Mongolian Deathworm's a high C. Alright, here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. I'll do that. I'll do that. It is now perfect. Perfecto. 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 It is now perfect. I don't think Mongolian Deathworm belongs in the B tier. I will say that. I think he belongs in a C tier. He's an average. He's just not that scary to me. But he would beat everyone that's below him. He'd beat Batman. He'd beat Goatman. He'd beat Birdman. He'd beat Tiger Man. Tiger Man 2. A Stupid Ugly Sloth Girl. Lizard Man and Bird Crowman. So he'd beat all these guys. Alright? Simple as that. The mammoth should be below the dinosaur. See, I don't think that if we're saying this is Diplodocus, they weren't actually as big as, like, say, a Brontosaurus. A Brontosaurus would crush a mammoth, but they weren't that big. They were more long. But now I think they were, like, in the video game arc, they were aggressive. They couldn't hurt you though because they were so weak. But the mammoth has giant tusks, and mammoths were like bigger than elephants by a lot. So you gotta think, mammoths aren't just the size of an elephant; they're bigger, and they have bigger tusks, way bigger tusks. I think they'd fuck them up. I think a woolly mammoth would puncture the side of it, and I just don't see how Diplodocus could kill a woolly mammoth. Is what I'm trying to say. Nick Oxenford with a $2 donny. He says, sorry I'm late, playing my guitar. No worries, Nick Oxenford. Take a nice gander at our cryptid list that I put together with my own opinions. Loveland Lake Frog Monster is a champion. He is the most powerful one. Goatman I see is like, again, I could take anything from C-list down. I could take it all by myself, no weapons. I could take them out. There's not one of them things that could beat me in an actual fight in the woods. Like, I would be hunting them, they would be scared for their lives. Yeah, but a woolly mammoth would also turn boats and annihilate elephants, which is elephants bully hippos. So I stand by. I think a woolly mammoth would win that fight. They have natural defense. I don't see how a Apatosaurus would kill a woolly mammoth. I think the woolly mammoth just gets in one tusk. Yeah, there is a gray area. Some of these, like, literally, I mean, a lot of them are just black and white photos, but, yeah, no, some of them are like, Goatman, probably not real. If we're being real. Probably fake. You think you'd stomp the life out of the Loveland frog, so I'm 2S. That's not true. You wouldn't. You wouldn't even touch Loveland frog monster. He would fuck us all up, even including me. I couldn't take him on. I mean, you ask anyone in chat, and they'll agree with me that Loveland Lake Monster is by far the most dangerous cryptid. Besides Caterpillar Man and Dill Squatch. Happy late birthday to Nick Oxenford. How old you turn, buddy? We're now winding down the stream, by the way. I'm going to keep this tier list up if you want to look at it and give your thoughts on it. We'll go for another about 10 minutes. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns, theories, now is the time. 16, happy 16th birthday, Nick Oxenford. Hopefully it was a good one. You have 2 good birthdays coming up, 18 and 21. Look forward to 18 and 21. Those are definitely the 2 best birthdays you can have. So, the best is still ahead of you. When is next stream? Next stream is scheduled to be Thursday. I didn't stream last Thursday because last Thursday I got the COVID shot and just wasn't feeling good. I got the shot in the morning. My arm instantly was sore. I swear the guy stabbed the needle in my arm. I'm not even kidding. He like fucking jabbed me with the needle. And I don't mind needles, but it hurt. Like it fucking hurt bad. I mean, not like just the needle. You don't feel the needle going in you. You know what I mean? But like when he stabbed me, it's just like the force of it just hurt. It felt like he just punched me right in the fucking knuckle, right in the fucking, like you're tensing up your muscle. I don't know how to explain it, but it hurt. And so my arm was really sore, which not the end of the world. I can deal with that. But then I started to feel really fucking sick as the day went on, and I couldn't even drink. And so the next day, Friday, I was sick as all hell. I mean, which is expected with the second COVID shot. You're supposed to get sick from it. With the Mendoza shot or whatever it's called, the Mendoza, whatever it is, something dozer. But it wasn't bad. It just lasted one day, and then I was all good. So I need a water. I'm thirsty as a motherfucker. Well, I take something experimental because I like being experimented on. I ain't scared of it. You know, I might die of cancer at 50 now, 40, or even 30. Hell, it could kill me a year from now. But though I have the microchips inside me, I do believe that there are microchips in my shot, and they're activating. And I now have a sense of powerfulness. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The other day, I was curious in the bathroom, and I know it sounds weird, but I just started climbing the wall. I was like, wow, that's cool. So I went to this downtown area, these big brick buildings, and I tried an alleyway, and I started climbing this wall, and I could climb it. So then I started running on the rooftops and jumping the ledges across the rooftops. Crazy, I know. And so now I can see. Like the other day, someone threw a baseball, and it was coming my way, and it was from behind me, and all of a sudden, I felt this tingling sensation, like something was about to happen. So I ducked and I moved, and the ball missed. Not Spider-Man's powers, okay? This is different. This is my own powers. Spider-Man is fake. These aren't. All right. It's DNA altering. It probably is DNA altering. I don't know. Like I said, if I die from it, whatever. It is what it is, you know. I'll go down as part of history, you know. People will be like, Big Dill died of the COVID shot. Badass motherfucker, he was. Dill could market his own brand of marijuana, call it Dillweed. The vaccine, you can look at it one of two ways. If you don't want to get it, that's fine. I don't think people should have to get it if you don't want to get it. I think it's fair to say that we don't know enough about the shots. I think it's premature maybe to get them. I think I could agree with that. But I don't think it's necessarily stupid to do. I think they've been researched enough where we know it's safe to take. Now, like I said, 50 years from now, who knows what could happen from that shot? We don't know what's going to happen 50 years from now. Who knows? I don't know. Getting your vaccine this Saturday? Hell yeah. Is it your first one or your second one, Chris? And which one is it? You know, if it's the Pfizer, the Mendoza, or I forget what it's called. Well, COVID cases have dropped 11% globally, which is the most it's ever dropped to my knowledge. So that's partly because of the vaccines. It's working. Now, bad thing is we can all be tracked. The government is actually, like, you see my eyes light up red. This is DIL system rebooting online. CIA takeover. CIA head to headquarters. Yes, sir. You know, then my stream just streams for days. Like, I just start walking to CIA headquarters. You know, I'd be... Alright, DJ, thanks for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate you. 5 more minutes on stream, guys. 5 more minutes. Is there going to be a COVID movie? Oh, God, I don't even want to see it. That'd be a horrible decision to make a movie about COVID. Like, who wants to go see a movie about COVID? We already lived through it. Like, we were in the movie. We don't want to see it. I did not get the Pfizer one. I got the one that starts with an M. The Mendoza, I think it's Mendoza, or something like that. It's not Johnson & Johnson, and it's not the Pfizer. It's the other one. The Pfizer one's the worst one of all of them, I think. From what I heard. I heard the Johnson & Johnson's the easiest one to do, but it's not the most effective in terms of... It just makes it... You can still get COVID, but it makes it so you can't be killed by it as easy. Moderna, yes, Moderna. Alright, Nick Oxford. We're gonna have a good one. How we had a good birthday, man. Conspiracy theories always get people working. I have an open mind, so I have pretty much I'm open to any kind of possibility. But I'll never look down on someone, I guess, for wanting to get one or not wanting to get one. But I do understand the worry about vaccines. I do understand that. I don't think you're wrong for thinking that there's a risk to it, or disagreeing with getting one. I don't think you're wrong for thinking that. Right now, anyways. I think if, in a year's time, when we can start seeing if, okay, there's been a year, no one's had side effects past, the one day where some people get sick. See you, Lila. Thanks for tuning in. See you, KB. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I agree with you, Ashers. I agree with you. I'm personally not scared of COVID myself. I'm more worried about me getting it and giving it to someone else. That's why I got the shot. I know I could get COVID and survive. For a fact. I'm not worried about dying of COVID. I could care less. To me, it wouldn't... I had strep throat this last December, as you guys know, And that, I wanted to fucking be hospitalized because of that shit. It fucking was horrible. It was the worst sick I've ever been in my life, and it was very, very bad. That was worse than any COVID I could have gotten. But COVID affects different people differently. And there are people who are at risk of dying, and you see it has killed a lot of people. Especially old people, so... I was with a chick the other night, and she thought I was dumb for getting the vaccine, and that, or she wasn't going to get one, period, which, I mean, okay, fine, if you don't want to get one, you don't have to get one. I don't care. Like, how am I dumb? How am I dumb for getting one? I don't think I'm dumb at all. And I could, 10 years could go by, and the people that didn't get shots could be the last ones standing. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I highly doubt that's going to happen. But the background music is called royalty-free music. Creepy royalty-free music. Aftermath by Kevin MacLeod. No worries, Ash. The one thing that sucked about my vaccine is I had to get in the eyeball. So I don't know if you guys are getting yours the same way, but they've changed it recently. They poke your eyelid out and they stick the needle under your eye socket, and the needle curves into your eyeball, goes all the way through your eyeball into your brain. So just saying, don't be nervous to get it, all right, people. And they squirt blood and fire into your brain. It feels amazing. And the needle's about the size of a sword. So don't be scared, you chickens. But I think that is where we're going to end it for the stream tonight, guys. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Thank you, Eli Buckmaster, for donating. Much appreciation and love to you, bro. Hopefully everything's going great in New Zealand for you. Send pictures sometime on Twitter or something. New Zealand sounds like a fun place to drink a beer, I feel like. But yeah, that's my tier list for tonight as well. Screenshot it if you'd like. I would like to see your tier list. If you do a tier list, send it to me on Twitter, man, or something. Or the Reddit. You can put it in the Reddit. And we'll review it sometime. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to head out, and I will see you Thursday. So take care, be safe, and avoid COVID and rabid dogs, because rabid dogs are horrible. Peace out, guys.